Good. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Alby, and I am with Thanatos again
Hello!
for what must be about the fifth cast today. So, don't mind us if we're going a bit crazy.
I blame the 17 million year pause we had last game.
My
Hopefully,
God.
no such shenanigans. They've had their showers.
Yeah.
I don't know why we had to wait for that, but they've had their showers.
Had to wait for Juggernaut to have a shower.
Band.
Thankfully, they went a really strong push strat and closed it out relatively quickly. Did NickB for noobs, or NickB and for noobs,
Yes.
rather. So.
Yeah.
Radio's
Cool.
pick.
Awesome, and they're getting a little bit of get up and go going with their picks. They've already gone through the ban phase, starting to pick some heroes.
Pick.
Looks like HamHam Clubhouse, who we haven't seen yet.
Oh no.
Is that? I think that's actually IX Mike. Dark Falco. I think I recognize some of these names. I think that's IX Mike, who is, really well known. He was at TI3 playing with the Liquid team. He plays about a 5.5 position support every game, buys wards and has a couple of casual feeds, but normally pretty strong. So
Well, I never.
yeah, and
A real person is in the game.
I know this is exciting,
And so is Lycan. Lycan being picked up again. It worked for NickB and 4 noobs last time. Can they do it again? It seems like HamHam Clubhouse is onto this push strat before it has even begun, banning out the Pugner and Death Prophet, but that's not slowing down NickB plus 4 noobs. Still going for that Lycan, and the Elder Titan with that negative
10
armor.
seconds to
Elder
go.
Titan, Lycanthrope, this is going to be good. It's going to go quickly. I'm happy with these picks. Clockwork and Visage not revealing quite so much about how HamHam might want to play it.
Reserve time.
Yeah. And, yeah, indeed. Although they didn't have too many problems against Clockwork and Visage in the last game.
No, but I'm feeling excited. I'm watching IX Mike. This is big. Now they're taking out the Outworld Devourer,
Radiant's
so
band.
maybe they just really hate int heroes who can go mid and have
And do things like...
have some aura-ish type stuff damage. Nah,
Yeah, pulling at straws to try and draw some
10
parallel
seconds
between
to
those
go.
three heroes, but yeah, certainly Outworld Devourer is strong mid. Did they hit
5
mid last
seconds.
game? It was the...
There was a puck who beat
Reserve
up
time.
the opponent hero. There.
No, the puck was on the other team.
Dyer's band.
Yeah, I know, but the
It
puck
was
still
Bat
won,
Rider,
so, like,
yeah. Bat Rider and
Yeah.
stuff, so... Not sure that we'll see that again. I don't know that that was the best synergy with their team. I don't think that the Bat Rider had that much game impact, considering that it got solo mid. Certainly not
Dyer's
compared to
pick.
the puck, who did really well for the other team. Just not enough.
Yeah.
I
Relic
still
really
think
carrying.
I still think that Luna would be a good carry for NickB plus 4 noobs, fitting into this push strat quite nicely.
Yeah, I mean, you got Elder Titan negative armor, big physical damage increase coming up from Hal and Lunar Blessing. That team, no, not a disconnect,
10
please.
seconds
Oh,
to
please
go.
no.
Let's power through.
It's happening
Power
again.
through.
Run
No,
full
it's
gift
not happening. It'll be
reloaded.
fine. Yes, okay. So it's all okay, and
It's back. It's back.
Reserve
we'll be
time.
fine. Don't even worry about it. Lycanthrope, Elder Titan, Luna together is just going to be able to put out so much damage. But we talked about Clockwork and Visage last game, along with the Lunas having sort of a little bit sneaky, survivable Luna, crazy move speed, good armor, able to eclipse if chased solo. And Weaver is exactly in that mold, being picked up now by HamHam, has the ability to just slip in and out of tough spots. And I think Weaver's also a nice choice. We'll be able to put some pressure onto Lycanthrope in the jungle if they are laning in a similar area.
I do like that, yeah. However, Weaver not having quite the same push, not much anti-push at all on HamHam Clubhouse at the moment, and I believe that they will need some, although quite like a good maneuverable hero on Weaver at least, because as we saw last game, NickB plus 4 noobs able to really lay down the split push, which Love just could not deal with at all. They really got caught off guard. Well, I don't know about caught off guard, but they couldn't do a thing against it. And the Juggernaut being banned out by HamHam Clubhouse, so NickB plus 4 noobs will have to choose a different carry.
Yeah, Lochny, that's the last time I'm attempting his name.
Never
On
again.
the lycanthrope. Yeah, I know. He's been doing the exact same thing every time. He rushes for Midas, he gets pulled a couple tangos. Sorry, not Midas, Vladmir's, my apologies. Rushes Vladmir's, then he goes straight into a Medallion of Courage, smokes up, if he's on the Radiant side, heads straight into Rosh, gets to around that 12-minute mark, then works as a split pusher because he's got the ultimate to get him out of sticky situations, as well as having his Aegis in case things go really, really, really wrong. So
yeah,
I think it's a fairly consistent strategy based around this lycanthrope's ability to split push. They take the exterior lanes, leave mid relatively unguarded, and group up as 4 in one, group up as 1 in the other, and lycanthrope on his own has proved himself a force.
Yep, and now Shadow Shaman, I think a good alternative to, well, maybe not an alternative to Batrider, but a much, we'll give that 4, the lane with 4, a much better pushing power, and make that split push even scarier, and as well as really offering a lot of utility in team fights with the Shackles and Hex. Which is important, especially with the Magnus being pulled in. If you can hex the Magnus before he's able to get off that reverse polarity.
Yeah, and it's great against a Weaver too. You always want to find a way to, just hold that slippery sucker down. And if you do manage to catch the Weaver out in a shackle, for instance, that could be it. In even on a lowish level, 2.5 seconds could be easily enough if they pick up the right team and if they are grouped as 4, which I would suggest they will try to be.
Yep, wouldn't be surprised to see a Rubik for NickB and 4 noobs. Always good, but I think particularly here, I'm not sure what other support they would choose. Maybe a Veno could be good as well.
Yeah, I think a Veno would be great. They've shown a liking for Viper in a sort of 4 position, which I think wouldn't be out of place here. And, I do like Viper somewhat, but it's not great against the Weaver, so perhaps not. And
yeah,
I think Rubik is an absolutely fantastic selection. You're able to get the RP without any cast time, which is so huge.
Yep.
And you're able to steal Shikuchi. And, I mean, giving 150 damage nuke with haste on a 7-second or so cooldown is absolutely massive for a Rubik-type hero. And it'd be great if they can pick him up. But now they have Storm Spirit, I'm not sure. I think they might be looking for the typical quad-core lineup. You send the Storm Spirit mid, Elder Titan, perhaps offlane with the Shadow Shaman. I think they'll be looking for a safe lane solo farmer, something perhaps in the mold of their Viper. They just love this aggressive, greedy quad-4 into split push.
They do, yeah, and they don't really have a mech carrier at the moment, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see the Viper again, even though I don't know that I agree with only having 1 real support. I mean, if the Viper does pick up the mech, then I suppose it kind of makes sense just to have 1 really hard support in the Shadow Shaman in this case. But yeah, I don't think it'd be wrong to get another support either. But I guess then you don't really have anyone to farm up the safe lane, seeing as the Lycan is almost certainly going to be heading into the jungle, as we've seen before.
Yeah, I mean, they've made it to the finals, and sometimes you just got dance with a girl that brung you. If this is the strat that got you here, I think that NickB is going to try and continue on with this. And, it is a reasonably large grand final, and perhaps HamHam stopping it out. They've banned out for Viper.
Yep. It seems that they have watched the previous games, or at least know of this strategy, and have picked up on it. Banning out the Viper, it'll certainly be interesting to see how NickB respond to this.
10 seconds to go.
As we've noted, it has been their mech carrier and quite a key hero in their lineup in the previous games.
Yeah, absolutely, and HamHam also taking out the Juggernaut, so I think there is at least a little bit of inside information. You take out the Death Prophet and Pugner, who are classic pushing heroes, and if NickB are a one-trick pony, it's going to be problematic, and they do need to get 1 more support for HamHam. And I'm wondering what it might be. And it's going to be a Nyx Assassin insta-pick, and if I'm not mistaken, HamHam have decided 6.78, the patch never happened, and they're just going to pick up every hero that got hit with a nerf stick.
Yeah, essentially, but Nyx Assassin, while his stun is certainly really hard to hit, his spiked carapace is still really strong, and Vendetta obviously giving him a whole lot of maneuverability that is so necessary essentially against this lycanthrope split push.
10 seconds to go.
So hopefully with that they will be able to shut it down a little better than Love was able to in the previous game, or rather was not able to in the previous game. Just waiting for this last pick, and they've gone with the Tide Hunter, which I quite like. I mean, it is a really good counter initiation, and with Nyx and Weaver, like the HamHam are likely to be initiating in with those invis and the blink of Magnus, and even the hook of Clockwork. So I think counter initiation definitely makes sense there.
Alright, well, it's our grand final of the Sunday evening Cup Series. Let's run through the teams. For HamHam, we have Dark Falco on the Magnus. I'm going to go with Lychee on the Weaver, Nyx Assassin being handled by Deucer, Pandago on the Visage, and the Living Legend in short, IX Mike taking what appears to be a safe lane solo Clockwork.
There it is, and on the Radiant we have Feed Me, playing the Juggernaut this last game, but this time on the Elder Titan. In mid we have NickB on the Storm Spirit, $20 in my pocket. On the Shadow Shaman, heading bot is Landrew on the Tide Hunter, and probably going to the jungle, the unpronounceable Lycan.
Yep. He's doing exactly what he does every game. He gets pulled 2 tangos, he sends some wolves from spawn, and he tries to scout everything out. Perhaps block a couple of ward spots. Creep spots.
Yeah.
It's it's like clockwork, and if HamHam are aware of this strategy, I feel like with a Nyx Assassin, when they hit level 6, they will have the ability to punish that greedy Lycan.
And no one has really warded up Rosh well so far, and he has just been able to get in there without and take Rosh uncontested at around about 12 minutes, I believe. So hopefully this time.
IX Mike in some trouble. He's been shackled off, picked up the illusion rune, and he traps out Feed Me inside the cogs, unable to chase him down, has the astral spirit. IX Mike, I told you he does have occasional tendencies towards speed, and we'll have to use a salve or several tangos to try and heal up some health that he never really needed to lose.
Hopefully not as much of a tendency towards feed as Clockwork in the last game.
Yeah,
certainly.
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I do too.
I feel like that
might have just been a few of those games.
Looks like Nyx Assassin being played by Deucer, already rotating around through the jungle. I think they know exactly what's up. I think they know what NickB like to do, and they can do their
damage. We'll catch him out here. He's picked up the stun.
Bottom is missing.
Lycan pulling out before getting too low, and a wise choice. That camp will be blocked, and that's going to be quite a blow to this jungling Lycan, who is now, well, going back in, and Visage, coming deep, going to be scouted out and blocked by the wolves. So Lycan will be out okay, but his jungle farm will certainly be affected. Cogs going down top and pushing Feed Me back towards the Dire Tower. Feed Me quite out of position here, but IX Mike doesn't have that battery assault yet. Is coughing some serious harass.
He's hit level 2, he has both of them available, has the mana and the skill points up, and might just be able to take down Feed Me if he catches him in the solo cogs. Needs to be careful there. And meanwhile, Pandago and Deucer have figured out exactly what they want to do. They've blocked off the camp, they're leaving Weaver to his own devices, and they don't want any of this Lycanthrope jungle.
Yeah.
We've got to see if there's anything else that Lycanthrope can do. I mean, this is the
really
problem
hard
with
shot
Lycanthrope
down.
jungle.
You might have to go safe lane with this Tide Hunter. It really has been really shut down, and $20 in my pocket. May be able to help here, but it's going to be tough for this Storm Spirit. Trying to get out. Does in fact. Shackle Shot being burned on the Visage.
Not quite Shackle Shot, but yeah.
Oh, whatever it's called.
Too many wind runners today.
Yeah.
17th game in the morning. I can't handle it.
Shackle
flame.
Shot, no difference. Magnus going to pick up this haste rune. That's the first rune picked up there. Filling up his bottle. And they may be able to have another go on this Storm Spirit. Although Nick's coming around looking for this Lycan.
Ping's coming out on Deuce of the Nyx Assassin. I think if Lycanthrope rotates around, they might be able to get him. $20 in my pocket, finds him, traps him inside a corner. He tangos his way out of there, and that's beautiful heads-up play. Now he gets shackled up, being slapped down. This could be first blood. Ether Shock available.
Shock. Do it!
Bang! Kills the Fury.
Kablam! And just as the Storm Spirit moves into position, the kill is snatched away by $20 in my pocket, who suddenly has some dollars in his pocket now.
Lane.
Absolutely. Feed Me, maybe beating. Yeah. Again, he has ruined the textual integrity of his name, and in fact fed up the enemy. Getting a little unlucky, I suppose, from his point of view. Visage coming around at just the right time, and the battery assault having him low enough for him to be taken out.
I suppose with the already dubious spelling of feed me, maybe he's saying fed me, as in fed by me. Is that too much belief?
I think it's a bit of a stretch.
It is a stretch, but I'm going to make it anyway. And
okay.
Now our good friend and administrator, Cool Blue, decides to have a disconnect, and we ain't pausing for him if I have my way. But meanwhile, dudes are going to take down the lycanthrope, gets hit by a shockwave, Shikuchi coming through. They know exactly what this lycanthrope wants to do, and they are shutting him down.
Yeah. Absolutely, and really well done catching on to this. He hasn't been pressured this hard in the jungle before. I don't think he's ever died in the jungle in the games that we have watched previous to this, and so this is really going to slow down his, well, attempt at Roche, which is really the key.
Yeah, it's the linchpin of the entire strategy, and Elder Titan Feed Me needs to be careful. Won't be able to pick off that pretty adorable Superman monkey courier, which I believe you have.
No, I don't have that amazing thing.
Oh, no, it's a kitten. My
It's a
apologies.
flying kitten.
I might want to mine the top tower.
Elder Titan does need to be careful. If he gets caught out in the cogs and the battery assault, which is being maxed out by Ajax Mike, and he is now trapped in the side job, he's going to have to juke around. Grave Chill's going to be available. Moving slowly now. Astral Spirit returning, and that makes him move so much faster. Needs to get him in the cogs. Oh. Just not able to do so.
Soul Assumption, so close as well. Meanwhile,
the Titan's going to salve up and get rid of all that damage.
Yep. Lycan still trying to farm these remaining two camps, but Nick's Assassin coming in to scout out $20 in my pocket, the Shadow Shaman, and Weaver coming around as well. They might actually scout out the Lycan here, and he's going to salve up and be out.
Interesting to see if he decides to go boots this game. He's been trying to avoid it, get as greedy as he can to rush that Vladimir, but I think in this instance he might be forced into some boots.
And that mid, reverse polarity laid down.
If he needs to blink out of that, he had plenty of mana remaining, decides not to use it. Lycanthrope makes the rotation, but far too late. And that is a misplay for NickB. Sad to say it. He could have blinked full lining all the way out of there. And just a little bit of panic, I think, setting in.
Yeah, maybe thought he could turn with the help of the Lycan, but in the end getting taken out by that shockwave.
Absolutely.
And if we open up last hits chart, Magnus pretty comprehensively winning mid lane and having almost total rune control as well, as far as I've seen.
Does it go on the Tidehunter?
Now, yeah, here goes the Nyx. No, missing that stun. It is very hard to hit now, and well, that'll cost them a kill. It would have been a certain kill if they'd landed that. Tidehunter completely out of mana. Well, actually, Magnus coming in with this haste rune and gonna scout out the Tidehunter. Oh, gonna miss that charge though. Should have shockwave. Misses with the shockwave as well. And this Tidehunter is gonna go down in the end anyway. But well, so close to us. Well, a bit of a flim flam there by the Magnus.
Oh, massive flim flam.
Yeah.
And we did see up top NickB making a recovery from the misplay on. From a misplay that he made in the mid lane, and it looks like he was able to pick off Ajax Mike with the help of that Elder Titan.
$20 in my pocket, looking for the shackles on Ajax Mike, and this could be it. Cogs being laid down will be enough to force him back. I don't know that he's going to be able to get
reaction.
Yep,
you don't want
coming in.
This.
Stun is going to hit this time, and Visage is there with full soul charges. This is going to hurt. And there it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. So assumption again. And it is just enough. Gush coming in, but it's going to be too little too late. And Ajax Mike will be out just fine. He does have Ravage, but not enough mana at the moment.
Yeah, and I don't think it'd be worth using a Ravage there. Even if he had the mana, he'd just be using a massive cooldown and unlikely to do anything but feed him a little more.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, around 6 minutes 30, Lychee was able to pick up his Hand of Midas on the Weaver. It's a carry, it's early, it's okay by me.
Righto. Good to hear that it has the Thanatos tick of approval.
It's more of a seal than a tick, but yeah.
Sorry, seal.
It's a seal of approval, not a tick.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Radiant
for future
bottom
reference.
tower ain't
You know,
a
this will
breeze.
come
No
up a lot.
problem,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
A bit more sophisticated than Tick. It doesn't hand out this kind of
One might have
weak-minded
ticks.
nonsense, yeah. Only heals from the Royal Thanatos. At top, feed me, back in lane. Trying to recover from these 2 deaths, which have slowed him down. Clockwork doing quite a good job here. Ooh. And yeah, I mean, Feed Me could have actually died 3 times. There were a couple he's been very close. Charge in on mid, and, well, the Shockwave instantly destroying that Storm Spirit, who has not been having a good time. Comprehensive victory mid by Dark Falco and the Magnus, and still maintaining that rune control. Got a regen rune in his bottle now. And, well, Clockwork putting on some harass at top, and at bottom, bit of a grouping up by the Dire. 3 heroes rotating down, and only these 2 supports. For NickB.
I think it's important.
Yep.
I think it's important for HamHam to try and remove these towers, the bottom tier 1 and 2, because that removes the safety of the jungle area. And do you get a scribble effect? Whatever. It's if a jungle can't be TP too quickly, and mid tier 1s, they don't tend to live that long. I feel like if HamHam can make a go on those 3 towers, they can really get some good map control and shut down this lycanthrope, who has been so effective when given free farm.
Scout him out. May get down the stomp now. However, he does activate his ultimate, and he will be actually back in on this Visage, who is dropping low, but has a lot of souls available, and Weaver coming around. Tidehunter won't see it, I don't think. And Lycan going extremely deep, getting cogged up, and I think that was always going to happen, to be honest. Going so deep,
Meanwhile,
by himself.
Nyx is in deep trouble. Nyx has been stunned up.
Yeah, Weaver's coming back.
This is a disaster for NickB. The chase. Weaver still on the chase. Has Shakuchi available to him in 1 second. There it is. Familiar stops, and they're going to be able to finish off that kill. Dark Falco is just taking this bullshit. Unhappy has RP available.
Use that.
I don't think you want any of this. RP.
Use it.
Shockwave.
Shockwave.
It's over.
Well, that is absolutely crushing from NickB's perspective, and yeah, they're really getting put to the test here. They have not had this type of pressure. Yep, Ix Mike certainly going to get caught out, but maybe it is the, well, unpronounceable lycanthrope is going to be called out here. Though those wolves doing work.
Tendency towards speed.
Oh, the hook! The does actually manage to take him despite the gush, and now Tide.
Oh, look at
Oh my god, Dark Falco! TPing out immediately, so that's going to be okay. Storm Spirit searching for him. Not going to find him a good TP. Following up a, well, rather awful skewer.
Yeah, it was pretty rank. But we haven't seen the sort of pressure being put on the lycanthrope in the jungle. He is the key to their strategy, and every lane is going wrong. NickB, I think, has been pretty soundly beaten in consecutive games, not getting all the play they'd want to out of their mid, and, $20 in my pocket has shown a great proficiency on the Shadow Shaman, unable to, show his skill this game, really.
Nick's coming in on the Tide. No, decides to not go do that, and fair enough, given that the entire Radiant team is coming in, they will back off. And Lycan just moving so slowly without boots, trying to make his way around this jungle, but really sluggish. And meanwhile, the rest of his team is just dissolving around him, unable to win their lanes. And
yeah,
so
around this time you'd expect to see the lycanthrope have 2 extra items on him, one of them Medallion, one of them Aegis, and that's not going to happen. He's going to get kicked off again. Perhaps
you are on NickB. He's going to try and take the full lightning. He's going to pull the Magnus back in, and Lycan able to help get that kill. So that is something. Able to shut down the...
Meanwhile, $20 in my pocket manages to dodge away, and Ix Mike lands the hook shot on top of him. $20 is dead to rights, and Landrew says, "You're gone, mate. You're dead to rights. I'll see you later at the fountain."
Well, at least something that they managed to get that Visage and Magnus mid, which I was somewhat surprised at, honestly. Storm Spirit getting very low, but able to get off that, the Vortex, of course, on him. But in the end,
Tower
still not the
below
best
hell.
trade with
Radiant's top tower is
Shadow
hurting.
Shaman being picked off in the background. And this tier 1 tower top getting taken down now by the Weaver. Look at that XP and
Radiant's
gold graph,
toughened up
both
their
about
structures.
5,000 in
Radiant's
favour
top tower's hurting.
of HamHam. Slightly coming back thanks to those 2 kills there, finishing
The
probably
Radiant's got
considerable
one less
streak
top tower.
on that Magnus and probably also the Visage. But now, Nick's Assassin looking for the kill on Feed Me.
Yep. And you'll notice Lycanthrope with that kill on the Magnus got the killing spree gold. He has smoke, medallion, he has his wolves, plenty of mana, and a Vladimir. And I'm sure that he's going to be going in very soon as he can. And Clockwork, IX Mike doing some work, and now they're chasing down the Elder Titans. Doesn't have Astral Spirit available to him. Impale gonna land on him. Now the hook coming back in from IX Mike. Yes, there's no man. He needs to, though. That's a lot of damage coming out from Feed Me, but not able to pick up the kill, and he will fall. And this is all sorts of problems for NickB.
Dire's mid towers
Absolutely
having
is.
technical difficulties.
And yeah,
Can't do
the
nothing
reverse
about
polarity
the
being made
structures
from
right
there as
now.
well. Not much that he could do, but he should have been out once he lost all that health. And now, well, Lycan is in trouble, getting stomped down by those familiars. Magnus doesn't quite have enough time to get in there.
Yeah, we see already Lycanthrope reacting to the pressure, has conceded, bought some boots because of his relatively unimpressive score of 1-3-3, and he's been involved in a lot of action, which isn't what he wants to do. He wants to be just like his Weaver. His Weaver Lychee has been doing nothing all game except farming, and that's just what Weaver needs. They're going to be able to get a whole lot of work done with Lychee on the Weaver because he's got the hand of Midas. He's had it for ages.
As you say, that's securing back that Lycan, who does activate his ultimate and will be out of there. The Electric Vortex going down on the Clockwork, who's not quite able to escape from that Ravage. And, well, the Visage does also go down. So, 2 good kills there picked up by the Radiant. But the real problem is, at the moment, that Weaver is getting so farmed and got a good Midas timing as well. 2,300 gold in the bank.
Yeah, really getting nice and close, about 1,500 away from that Lincoln Steel, which isn't a bad timing at all, especially when you think that they've also gone back for the Aquila and the Midas treads. Looking at the Lycanthrope, yep.
Might be in a bit of trouble here.
Just.
And Elder Titan, can he get in time? Lycan will have to be out. And Wisely does get out. Visage is back in, and now Nick looks to turn around. Feed Me hiding in the trees.
Zeus is not safe.
Yeah, well,
one more Astral
Lycan
Spirit.
picked up in the background by a good skewer and an excellent reverse polarity there. And that'll be the end of the other 2 as well.
2 down.
Magic Stick is not going to do it. Well, Dark Falco being really instrumental in all of this ganking, and well,
Up
good
top,
shot.
NickB and Lychee are working on each other. NickB forced to zip away with all his mana. I interrupted a different kill, but did happen. What a dash!
What a dashed shame. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it did indeed happen. A good hook by Clockwork, well calculated that time. Well, I don't think that the Clockwork has done really too much bad here, but yeah, a well calculated hook, getting right in on that and being able to pick off that kill on the Shadow Shaman. So 4 heroes dying there for the Radiant.
Yeah, I think IX Mike has been playing wonderfully well. He's gotten 6, 3, and 5, and that's the sort of score and activity you're looking for out of your Clockwork. It shows he's been all around the map. He's been everywhere. He managed to get, essentially a solo kill on Lycanthrope, and at least a 1-for-1 trade there. And, he knows exactly what he needs to be doing with Clockwork, and he's doing a really good job of it. Got some early kills on the Elder Titan, doing exceptionally well. And I think Weaver will be scouted out by that Astral Spirit, and NickB could be looking for a go.
Yeah. It's going to be very difficult though with the
Dire's top
Knicks
tower is
also
getting beat
around. Weaver is staying up there, but they're going to have to dive this tower pretty hard in order to find him. Don't know that they even have detection.
They do need very, very desperately to pick up for Weaver, though. He's getting really close to that Lincoln Sphere, and after that it's going to be so tricky for the likes of NickB to get a solo kill.
Yeah,
You're going to have to use... pump fake on the RP.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And there's the hook shot in on the creeps, and Feed Me caught way out of position once again. NickB also right in there, and fire off that RP. Skewer is activated. NickB will just survive being taken out by the Visage in the end. Magnus going down, and Clockwork not out of trouble yet. Go is in my pocket, it's going to immediately fall. And looks like Hunter is going to be able to take out Clockwork in the background, but now Weaver going on to him. TP attempt.
Can get out.
No.
With the fishes.
Space created for lycanthrope.
Tiniest
Access to
blessings
it.
ever. Because Weaver is on a mega kill with 5 and 0.
Yeah. Yeah, it's massive, massive problem.
Lycan
showing
has
their
his
class.
has his Roshing items, but really the Dire is in more of a position to take Rosh than Lycan is.
Radiant's top.
Yeah, I mean, Lycan's shown the ability to do it by himself, but oh geez, $20 in my pocket. If he gets stunned up by Familiars, he could just absolutely melt.
Thankfully for
Weaver
him,
does have a full Lincoln sphere.
yeah. And the Midas continuing to pay dividends. It's really late game secured, and they've also secured the early game with some excellent movement from the Magnus, the Nyx, and the Clockwork, as you were saying. All really combining to shut down the entire Radiant team.
Yeah, they've been playing essentially 4v5 and pretty much winning. I mean, they're 24-9 kills, and Weaver has got 5 of those kills, but I would even suggest that despite that score, relatively low impact, and it looks as though the line is being drawn out. They want to take Rosh. NickB realize they're in some trouble, but this is constantly being spotted out, and smoke on smoke. Jewel with the
Oh dear, Lycan is right in there, an excellent RP, getting 3 of them, charging, steering them back in, they're all in the cog. This is just terrible. NickB.
How about that?
Yeah, I'm struggling to see a way back for NickB. That was sort of their ace in the hole. They've been using Roshan to take close games into favourable games, and in this game perhaps unfavourable games to closer games. But there's a medallion on Pandago, the Visage. They're going to be able to take down Roshan quite quickly, I would think. Lychee is going to be able to have an Aegis, a Lincoln, plenty of gold to his name. And there's no obvious way that they're going to be able to stop the Weaver. Denied the Aegis! He denied the Aegis.
Oh dear.
I don't even think that was an accident.
They done what?
They really looked like... Do they want item drops for the fans?
Is that it?
That looked deliberate to me.
Yeah. Well, 28-9, it's not looking good in the slightest, but... Well, if you have the Aegis there...
Yeah, like... You're telling me that Nyx Assassin couldn't have filled an item slot? Really?
Yeah. Item drops. Thick.
I don't know about that. It really looked deliberate to me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it did happen in TI3, the accidental Aegis denial, I think. Might have been Ice. I don't know, I don't want to falsely accuse him. Someone will know. And, yeah, just pretty shameful. Wasn't happy about it. Important game. This is not quite as important as winners bracket TI3, but still really big. And Lycanthrope doesn't have the Aegis.
Trying his push strat is completely surrounded. The Nyx coming in.
Yeah, he's in deep.
So gone, surely. Here comes the Impale. Does hit. Good shot there.
Oh
dear. Could not be worse. Oh,
Somebody's on a roll.
well,
those fakes on the up, he's just taunting him. And Weaver now going to take on 2 of them. Speed Chicken is stunned up, or slept rather. But shackled now is taking some serious damage, but time lapse too strong and Sakuchi's on out.
Dire's mid tower's having.
and he didn't Shakuchi say, thank my lucky stars. He Shakuchi had a little look around. Do you reckon I can get $20? And
now still like hanging there in the lane.
Just barely. Oh, my game froze.
Okie dokie. Well, the entire Dire team coming into the Radiant jungle. Lychee on the Weaver, just deciding to have a bit of a jungle, taking out that easy camp. Not worrying too much. Mike getting Vortex and will be taken out before he can do anything at all. Amelia Stuns coming in. Storm extremely low. And, well, there's the TP cancel on Feed Me by Stewart's Impale. Landrew getting out of there, but Shadow Shaman not so lucky. And I believe someone falling down in the background as well. Skewer in, and there's the RP. Oh dear, Landrew taken out, and lycan, well, going to be able to escape, but not going to be able to do anything else. He has his level 1 Necro book. He's doing exactly the same thing as last game, but so much slower and so much less effectively.
Could be in power on Weaver. That's too much damage.
Yeah.
Desolator, Lincoln Spear, Hand of Mice, Tread, a killer. 23 minutes in, and that Magic Stick really could be an Aegis.
Yep.
It's so much.
Could be.
Look,
doesn't need it.
Taking chunks out that tower.
Yeah.
Please.
He's got that pushing Desolator, and these towers are just melting.
Done for.
Lycan don't care. Lycan is going for the push top, but he is not going to be able to do a thing before these racks go down. If the Dire wants to push them.
It's essentially up to HamHam whenever they want to finish this. But they have got enough Water Round on Dark Falco, immediately Vortex out of that. Dusa blinks in, doesn't quite Water Trap himself, tries to run away, but gets caught out by the Astral Spirit from Elder Titan. Lychee now being chased down, but he will be able to Shikuchi safely. And meanwhile, IX might getting a little bit of fun done. You know, for funsy. And he's got Aghanims up whenever he feels the need.
Yep, whenever he feels the need for that hookshot, he will have it available. And well, that's about as good as NickB could possibly hoped for there, and it still isn't really enough for them to push off. Stomp does go down on Weaver.
They have managed to stun up Lychee with the Stomp.
Yeah, but the hookshot comes in now.
Hit from about a quarter meter.
And well, Tide Hunter certainly falls to that. Now going in on Lycan, extremely low, and the Solar Shumstrom will be enough to take him out. And that will be that. Back into the same position where HamHam have the opportunity to push bottom really hard. Now with the Lycan and Tide Hunter down.
Storm Spirit making a go on Dusa. Won't be able to find it. Just Vendettas out of that. Storm Spirit terrified. Runs himself right out of mana. If IX Mike can line up a hook from cross court. Ooh, running around the tower. Mike gets some vision from Dusa.
Also have a blink.
Throw it, IX Mike. Come on, you're practically bowler. Just hit it. Alright, never mind. Can NickB put together? Oh no!
No, not anymore. Career kill seals the deal.
Geez. And that's a Bloodstone. No, the makings of a Bloodstone, the beginning of a Bloodstone. Storm Spirit doesn't have nearly enough cash, but trying to get the Bloodstone out on NickB and oh jeez,
oh dear,
a dash of shame.
Very almost double the dosh on Weaver compared to the highest on the Radiant team in the Storm Spirit, and well, almost precisely twice as much as the Lycan. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, if you remove the Weaver from the game, I think NickB might be ahead. But I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm not sure.
If you remove like Nyx and Visage, I think HamHam will win. It's really, really massive problems. So, I suppose if you want to, you can pray to Gaben for disconnect. That's essentially what NickB are looking for at this stage.
It's pretty much
there's
what
a
it's come down
crystal out on Weaver.
Yep, now just going pure damage, and why not? Electric Vortex going down on the Nyx. Dusa will be taken out. Ward's going down as well, but not trapping anyone inside bar those familiars. And the hookshot now coming in, getting that Lycan. Got and a really good RP and skewer again. A good Tide Hunter counter, but well, in fact, Magnus is going to go down, and Diego also going to get taken out by that Vortex. Lychee going to take down the Lycan, and will be fine. A surprisingly even trade.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they did what they could.
It was really the Tide Hunter Ravage. It was very strong. But
I had hooked into 5 of them without his team there, and after losing one. And
yeah, but he survived. Or did he? No, maybe he died. Did he die? I think he TP'd. I think he was fine.
I think he might have survived because he was on low health and fountain, so
Yeah.
I assume he survived.
Yeah, pretty sure he did. So clearly the right decision by him.
Yeah, worked before it was good. You know I love that.
Yep.
You know I hate that.
Absolutely.
Neck picked up by Tide Hunter. Tide Hunter's been playing okay, got a couple of nice ravages off, but not enough. I mean, Storm Spirit zipping in and out, picking up some kills on the back line. Elder Titan hits some stomps. Not enough. I mean, that's... it's not going to work.
Stomps were hit, but not enough to initiate off. And yeah, Clockwork with BKB going through Zags.
Yeah. I mean, you can build essentially any item at this point. I don't know if... I mean, if they don't have a Shadow Shaman there, I don't think NickB can kill lycan. And if they don't have about 3 other heroes on top of the Shadow Shaman, they can't do it. They need all the lockdown they can muster.
Yeah,
and it looks like I want a little bit more. Hook shots into everyone with no support.
Whatever. They're all gonna get down.
Rush coming back soon. About 5 seconds or something.
Yeah. And there it is.
Weaver could deny another Aegis. I mean, what is there to say? HamHam are in an absolutely dominant position, and they can throw it if they try, but apart from that, I don't think they're going to have any problems finishing this one off pretty much whenever they feel. They have, you know, Magnus and Clockwork and Weaver, they all scale decently into the late game, whereas the likes of Tide Hunter and Elder Titan not as much. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they're going to drag it out torturously, though. Shadow Shaman picking up some smoke. I don't think that's really going to help. Honestly. Skuchi, Weaver actually deciding to pick up the Aegis this time. Maybe it was a mistake. But now they suddenly have the potential to push.
It's about the only mistake they made, and he hasn't died in the last 8 minutes or so, but he hasn't died this game. He is yet to perish, and I've only seen him about once in any real trouble.
Yeah.
He has buyback available, one of only 2 heroes. He has easily the most cash, easily the most damage.
Yeah. Hook shot,
not gonna let my ex-Mike.
Yeah, it was really impressive the way that they managed to shut down that lycan, and really, NickB just too predictable with this strategy, bringing it out in the exact same form as they have previously. And well done by HamHam catching on to that and just really destroying them, essentially.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Magnum's up on Visage, 3 familiars now. And, well, the Daedalus up on Weaver, so he certainly has the damage and the anti-armor.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a medallion and
and refresher orb. They've just got all the goodies. Refresher orb on the Magnus. BKB on the Clockwork is going to get right in there and activate that straight away. Well, destroyed by those
Tendency towards speed, but Lychee just getting in there and ruining face. Lycanthrope's dead, and Nick Assassin's going to live. Landrew, very lost in ahead. Ultra kill. Let's see if Elder Titan can get some people some item drops. Oh, Deucer, don't do it.
Deucer, please.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Feed me, give the people what they want.
Gonna give it to him.
Just, please, Rampage.
Rampage acquired. Time lapse activated. Storm Spirit is in. Burns that Aegis. Yeah.
But
and they're gonna be back.
It's just about to burn. Oh yes.
They're gonna be back. They're gonna drag this out. Oh, Storm Spirit is back in again. Laying into that Visage, but it's going to be instantly destroyed. Shackle, $20 in my pocket, is asking for it. And he's going to get it as well.
Guess what's happening to Diane?
Oh yes, I should expect so.
Oh yes, there we go.
How about
We
that?
will happily
Radiant's
oblige.
mid-tower's coming apart.
Nick's just having a bit of a look at this tree.
Dire's bottom tower.
Decides to attack the
It
rats.
looks like GG has been called, but
Taking a lick at Radiant's mid-range.
not deciding in the end
The
to
Dire best do something about that.
get out of
There
here.
goes the
Now it
Radiant's
looks like
mid-range.
unpronounceable lycan wants to make it official. For geography fans, Columbus is the capital of Ohio.
Dire's done it again.
Is that a completely random fact, or did I just miss something?
Oh no, it's a random fact. I thought they were going to drag it out a million years with fake chickens.
Fair enough.
Preparing for the long haul.
Uh-huh.
Lead with my aim to.
Leading with the best fact available.
Yep, I thought the only one really.
Well, I
That's
think
the grand final.
yeah, there it is actually. Very true. Grand final going the way of HamHam. And really, they dominated that game. They totally deserved the win. Adapted really well to that strategy that they knew was coming out from NickB, and completely shut them down, as we'd been hoping to see the previous game as well.
Yeah, I mean, NickB, they just weren't able to get the lycan threat for farm it needed. 2, 8, and 7. Not even that dissimilar from the score last game, but a totally different story. Unable to get the gold, unable to get the quick rush, unable to get the uninterrupted jungle farm, and they essentially won that 4v5 until the end when Lychee decided to come out of nowhere and explode everyone's face.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been Albie and Thanatos with you today. Thank you so much for watching, and you can find us at Albie Dota 2 on YouTube and Thanatos Dota 2 also on YouTube. We will likely be back next week to cast more of this Sunday Evening Cup series.
Albie, is there any chance we might be casting something tomorrow?
An unknown possibility that we will be up on Twitch again tomorrow. You can hit the subscribe button and then you will find out. I imagine
Oh, that's
will
a
tell you.
great idea, Albie.
What an idea.
A fine idea.
Bit of a, yeah.
Thank you so much, Albie.
Thank you, Thanatos, and thank you for watching again.